Hey guys, on today's video I'm going to be showing you guys a tutorial on this look you guys see here. This look was completely inspired by Janine on Instagram. I'm going to link her down below so you guys can check her out. To start off, I'm going to be taking MAC's Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm going to be using a Morphe M173 brush to buff that in so we have a smooth base to work with. Takes out all the veins, all the redness, and I'm just going to buff that in from all over my lid all the way up to my eyebrows. To set that, I'm going to be using the shade Ladwin from the Shade and Light palette, and I'm going to be using a Morphe M209 to just smooth that over. I'm just going to set that in so my soft ochre paint pot won't crease on us and we have a smooth base to blend and all. Then I'm going to be taking Latest from the same palette and using a Sigma E40 blending brush. I'm just going to place that into my crease, and all I'm going to be doing, this is going to be my transition color, so I just want a little bit of color in my crease, and this is going to make everything else blend 10 times easier. So this doesn't have to be precise, this doesn't have to be super neat, it's just messily putting it in my crease so I have something to work with and all the other colors can blend a little better. So now I'm going to be taking the Morphe 350 palette, and that shade that you guys see me pointing, I'm going to be using a Morphe M433 brush, which is kind of like the E25 from Sigma, and it's a little bit more precise. It's a little smaller than the E40, and I'm going to be using that to put it in the same area in my crease, and I'm going to be going back with the E40 brush so I can make sure both colors are blended in. This is going to darken the crease a little more. Now I'm taking the same palette and that shade you guys saw me point, and I'm going to be using the E18, which is kind of like a pencil brush, so this is obviously more precise, more dense, and I'm going to be darkening it even more in my crease. And I'm going to be darkening my crease. I'm not going to go so high because this is a darker shade, and I'm going to be going back again with the Morphe M433 brush so I can make sure all the colors are blended out, because we don't want any patchy eyeshadow because that's ugly. Going back into the palette, I'm going to be taking that neutral kind of brown color and the same E18 brush, and I'm going to be darkening it even more. So I want to gradually darken it. I'm not just going to put a dark color on my lid. I want to start off with the transition color and work my way up, and this is going to go even lower in the crease because I don't want that dark color to go pretty high. Again, I'm just going to blend that with that same brush, and again going back with the M433 brush to keep blending everything out so I have like a smooth gradient. And so far that's what you should have. Then I'm going to go back with the the Latest color that I used in the beginning, and I'm going to be just smoothing everything over, adding that light color to blend everything out. Now I'm going to take the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm going to be using the M167 brush, which is kind of like a dense shader brush, and I'm going to be using that to cut my crease. That's why we didn't want it so neat, because we're going to use this soft ochre to cut the crease. Now this part you do need to do it very slowly. Take your time. Okay, I took a long time. I just edited it out. Take your time to cut this because this cannot mess up, because if it is a cream, so if you mess it up it's going to be very hard to clean up. And I'm going to take it maybe halfway, a little bit more than halfway, and then I'm going to be taking a Real Techniques accent brush, which is a very, very small brush, and I'm going to be doing that to further cut the crease. I want it very, very smooth and very sharp, okay? Especially in the beginning, because that's where the cut crease is going to happen, but the cut crease isn't going to happen throughout the whole entire lid. So in that beginning part right there, I want it very, very cut and very sharp. The outer portion doesn't need to be blended yet because we're going to do that later on. Okay, now I'm going to be going in with a E36 brush, which is a smaller pencil brush that I have from Morphe, and I'm going to be using the Ladwin shade to set that soft ochre. I'm going to be going back in with the Morphe M433, and that first shade we used from the Morphe 350 palette, I'm going to put that towards the outer edge of the soft ochre we just did to start blending out that sharp line that we have that we don't want. So I'm going to take that same brush and that same color that we did before. Okay, now going back with a E18 brush and that red color-ish that we used, the second color we used, I'm going to be doing the same exact order, and I'm going to be placing that, again going back with the M433 and blending everything out. Then I'm going to go back with the same E18 brush and that darker brown color, the last one we used, and I'm going to be placing that on the outer corner so I can finish blending out the soft ochre paint pot that we used to cut the crease, and always going back with my blending brush to blend everything out and make sure it's seamless. And this is what you guys should have so far. So this part is a little tricky. What I'm going to take now is my MAC 210 brush. It's a very, very, very small detail brush from MAC. I use this for my wing liner all the time, and I'm going to be using soft ochre paint pot again to do my wing. It's a cream color, so it works perfectly. And I'm going to do a wing, and I like the soft ochre paint pot because it's very creamy. It's kind of thick. I like working with it. So I'm going to do my wing now. And again, take your time because you do not want to mess up a wing because that can mess up the whole entire look. So I did it off camera because it was a little difficult to film it on camera. I'm going to be taking a Morphe M215 brush. It's a very small angled brush, and I'm going to be taking that Ladwin color, the first one we used to set our base, and I'm just going to be putting on the outer portion of the wing to set it. Now, again, I'm going to be doing the same order of the colors that we use, so I'm going to take that soft brown kind of green undertone color that we used first from the Morphe 350 palette, and I'm going to be putting that next. So after I do the outer part of the wing, I'm going to put that color next and blend it in with the lighter color that we just used. And then the next color is going to be that reddish brown, and then the last color eventually is going to be that brown, the dark brown that we're going to use in the inner corner. So it's going to be like an ombre, and you guys always go back and blend it out with the lightest color. Okay, now that I have finished doing that, I'm going to grab a Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm going to be grabbing the same order that I did before of the 3 shadows, and I'm going to be placing it on my waterline using that pencil brush to grab the darker colors and put it closer to my lash line. And I'm going to blend that out so we don't have like a naked bottom lash line. So I did my foundation, my concealer, I came back, and then I'm going to be preparing my eyes for lashes. So my bottom lashes, I'm putting the Voluminous false fiber lashes, which is a drugstore lash brand, and I completely love it. And I'm going to be preparing my top lashes also for falsies. Okay guys, this is the finished look. I hope you guys like it. Please leave a comment, like the video, and also subscribe to my channel. Thanks guys.